Top of the morning to you. Hope you all had a good night and welcome to my daily market outlook. First of all, as you can see, as usual, we're starting with Euro USD, and we would be okay. Let me not get ahead of myself. So, first of all, today we have some news on Euro USD, which would affect inflation, and that could sway the way in which the Fed will vote. Because as we know, we're leaning towards the bearish towards Fed cutting rate, which is bearish for the dollar, and it has been bullish for Euro USD as market has been pricing that in. So as the reason why we've been pushing up throughout this week. So you can see that, and also from these numbers today, these are what are these numbers and why are they so significant? So basically, the it's more of survey, like, okay, do people expect higher prices? And if they expect higher prices, then they ask for more payment from their bosses, and then that in turn leads to higher spending, and that leads to inflation and higher prices of things. So basically, that means is the Fed is looking at this data, and they'll probably put this data into consideration of, okay, are we going to cut rates, or are we going to leave rate at as it is, or are we even going to hike it? Which, as market has been moving, it's quite unlikely. So now you can see we've come to this liquidity high, right? So for me personally, I would implore caution. Like, so be cautious. You don't want to be taking any trade here, right? You want to be taking trades here. You don't want to be taking trades here. If you take trades here, you want to see a clear bullish momentum, then a retest of this area, and then you start looking for trades there. So if you take any trade here, it has to be a short, right? And also remember, the Euro USD swing wise is bullish, right? So we have swing low, high, low, high, right? This is all retracement, and we've been trading that retracement for the past few months now. I think since September, right? We've been trading that retracement. Now this is the first time we've seen high breaks, right? We failed to see low breaks, but now we've started to see high breaks. So it could indicate that we're starting another impulsive move up, but we're not guessing, right? So we're just waiting and we're being patient. So whatever happens, then we just follow the market and see what it has for us. As you can see, we grabbed this liquidity to the left, and then since then we've started to push up. So for now, for me, I would be more in line with short from here. So if it happens, right, then we would, because okay, if you look, let me put in the opens. So you can see right here we have a um, quarterly open, 3 monthly open, right? So what you just want is from here, anything from here, I'm still fine for looking for short, okay? Because here we have that break of character line. Look at our swing high, our swing low. So this could just be retracement into premium pricing, which is perfect for what? For a short, okay? So that would be us waiting for that for next week. But right now, I would just wait for this week to end. Let's see how the numbers come out, and then from next week, we move according to the game plan. Okay. And then you can see right here it's squeezing into the lows, right? You can see right here squeezing into the lows, and then we've started to break the highs. You can see with the dollar, right? So since then we've been trading the longs, and then here after grabbing this liquidity, we failed to break the highs, right? After failing to break these highs, then what next? We started to go for these lows, like these weak lows that we had, which I've been calling. Like, if you've been here, I've been calling for these lows. I've been like, okay, I've been calling for the neck of this. I've been like, man, we need some guillotine, right? Get some guillotine on this neck. We're gonna fuck it up, right? So, basically, that's about it. And we've been pushing down since then. Now we've had this breaker structure right here, right? So it is getting more and more risky to take those short positions, right? You want to be trading from here, you don't want to be trading right here. For anything for you to think of any shorts, right, to take out this area or even this area, you want a nice retracement, that liquidity grab, and then you want that next impulsive move downward. All right, I hope that makes sense, right? Then if we move on to GU, with GU, you could see right here, right? We have this push up and then we have this consolidation, right? Beautiful, beautiful breakout, right? Just wonderful. And we've pushed into the highs, right? And now we're just consolidating. I'm just waiting for higher prices. Perhaps if we get higher prices from here, or even from here, if it starts to give us that sell, like, but the thing here is, man, look at this. Okay, man, it's just quite confusing. But you would want that push down because I'm still very bearish on GU, guys. This is just okay. We grabbed this liquidity and then we started to push up into where, into this area. We could into this area of supply, right? That broke this structure. So for me, until we break this line right here, I'm not looking for longs. I'm looking for shorts. So and now we've grabbed liquidity, so it's possible for us to start pushing down lower, right? And I would be looking at that toward next week. Let's see how that wants to play out. Okay. And similarly with NU, guys, we've made our move, the move we've been calling out for quite some time now from this yearly open. If you've been with me since then, you know how long I've been screaming about this. So beautiful. I don't expect it to come back here, but yeah, I was just marking this for liquidity and liquidity lows and all of that, right? But with NU, with the New Zealand dollar, they've changed their policy, right? So they've eased their current cycle, and now perhaps we're starting to see some bullish momentum come into the market. Let's see if investors believe in this currency to push it down, because it's the G10, like it's the G10 currency that lost the most this year, right? Even if you compare it to the yen, which is crazy to think about, right? But because it feels like the yen has been in the downtrend since I was born. But the point is, now for me to keep on looking for more longs, I would want this to break, right? The quarterly open to break. And it seems like it's just lining up. And that's how these pairs can line up, guys. That's how these pairs can line up and give you sweet, sweet trades, right? You could either wait for this, right? Or you could take a trade right here and take a loss, right? I don't know. Or you might still win. But the point is, you want a strategy and you want to follow it. Like we're robots, guys. Like this is this, this is this. If this happens, then I do this. If this happens, then I do this. And if that doesn't happen, then you don't do that. So you create if and then scenarios. If this happens, we do this. If this happens, we do this. Very important. That keeps your emotions in check. Basically, that keeps your emotions in check, and that keeps you locked in. You have hyper focus. Okay. With AU, guys, you can see. I mean, it looks like I have a crystal ball, but trust me, guys, I do not. I do not. I just follow. I just follow this. I've seen this play out thousands and thousands and thousands of time over and over again, guys. So you just you just have to follow. You just have to follow. And once you've seen it, it becomes a part of you, right? So you can see from here, I've been calling this since this low. I've been calling for all of this liquidity to be grabbed. And guys, we've grabbed everything, all of it. And now what do I want? I mean, it's a range play. You want another downward push. Let's see if we get it, and that would be nice to see. How would we confirm it? Same thing we did before. You wait for the change of character. Once the change of character occurs, then you grab it, then you enter, because we've grabbed liquidity to our left. Like, you have abundance of liquidity, right? So for me, it's all about just waiting. Okay, just be patient and the trade will play out. USD CHF, guys. As I said, we're waiting for higher prices. This is beautiful to see. I want some higher prices on this thing. And then you can see we've grabbed this liquidity right here. So if we start to dump from here, of course, why not? Because, okay, we have the monthly open around this area, so we could just have one more push into the monthly open, and then from there we start to sell. And if that's in line with the dollar, remember, it has to be in line with the dollar. If that's in line with the dollar, then you go for the trade. If it's not, if the dollar shows that it's not ready, then you sit your hands. Okay, or you stay your hands rather. With gold, you can see we've pushed up after grabbing this liquidity. We've been consolidating, which is beautiful to see. All we just need now is the breakout, and then you just look for that retracement, and then you'll find that entry, because we could just break out this way, right? So we could break out this way, test the monthly open, and then we start to push up from there. It's good. It's very impulsive. Or we could come for this liquidity lows that we left behind and then take it. Okay. With USD CAD, guys, we're approaching the monthly open. So I expect at least perhaps some rebound of price from here. Let's see how that works. I expect some rebound of price from here, and maybe those are positions I could, if it works, then I could get into some positions, add some positions again, and start looking for all of these lows, like all of these highs rather, that we left behind. This beautiful, beautiful highs. Let's get it. Okay. With USD JPY, guys. With the Japanese yen, let's look at the yen basket for a minute, right? The first thing is, with the stimulus package out on the yen, actually was for the housing, it was lower than expected. So I guess we were expecting higher packages, but the prime minister was like, nah, she's not gonna release all that. And because like Japan is in a lot of debt, they have the highest debt of any developed nation. So in as much as she wants to spend as much as possible, she also has to be on the side of caution, and it's more likely than not, about 75%, that the Bank of Japan is gonna increase rate next meeting, which is December, right? So by the next meeting, they're probably gonna increase rate. I think about 75% chance. And the yen has been so bearish forever, and a lot of portfolios have been built on this bearish market. So we could start to see, as you can see, we've seen some slowing down. So if we start to see some breakout on the yen, I'm more interested in yen longs, which would translate to things like Euro JPY. Or first of all, let me even show you AUD JPY. This is like the base stock for this kind of thing. Like if you want to trade any currency with the yen in tandem, right? You want this, right? Because risk on versus risk off. Yen is risk off. AUD JPY, AUD rather, is risk on. So you can see right here this consolidation, and then you just want that breakout beneath the monthly open, and then you start to push for these lows, like this equal lows, this equal lows. That would be nice to see. But remember, that's only if the yen starts to play out the way we want it to play out. But you can see we're already moving slowly. I'm not calling tops on this unless we see that reversal pattern on the yen starts to break. Okay? So thank you guys for your time. Have a lovely weekend. Study hard, and see you on Monday.